Everyone, I am Faulty Freya and we are back with another video. Today's video is the top 3 exotics for each and every class inside Destiny 2. Now before we actually get into the video, I'd really appreciate it all if you could all go like and sub. We are so close to 450 subs and I would love to hit that by the end of November. Well, first up we're going to start with Titans, and the exotic we'll be going over first is Pyroge Gauntlets. It was a close second, close draw with Curious of from the start, but I'm going with this mainly because of the ability to do stuff like this, whereas Curious is just a one and done. This is a one and done, but the flames can just do some extra damage to other stuff around, which I think slightly tops it out compared to every other exotic for Titan currently when it comes to a DPS super. Obviously it's great for bosses like Crota and that as well, and it should work on other bosses. Some it won't, but if it doesn't, there is always Curious. These two are kind of drawn. Next up is Heart of Inmost Light. Now, I know it's been nerfed, like, drastically, but I find on a Strand build, it can still just kick some ass. This exotic may not be what it was, but it's still strong, and there's a few contenders to let you have your ability to recharge as much as this. Of course, you can no longer just chain ability after ability, but there is still no problems. As you can see in this clip here, I'm getting my abilities back pretty fast and I'm not even using it effectively. With the right build, you could, I'm pretty sure there's still a way to get it to be almost as potent as it was on Arc, but it takes a little bit more effort now. This was just quickly thrown together. Hope you can use it. Synthesets is my final exotic for Titans, and none of you should have expected differently. Of course, they are just broken with Banner of War. That is the main thing I'm using them with, but it can work with anything. Also works amazingly with Roaring Flames, like the Throwing Hammer, and also being able to use swords. What are you going to be using swords against currently? Crota, quite useful. Latest raid. There's many options of when you can use Synthesets. Pretty sure there's still a solo Atheon that you use Synthesets with. There's so many different options with these. And that melee lunge is just beautiful on Strand to let you really get around. Didn't know to jump there. Going on to Hunter though, we have Assassin's Cowl. Obviously, Arc builds are the strongest when it comes to this. Being able to get that free invis, dodge, get your melee back, just continuous chains of destruction as seen in this. I'm running Nightfall, don't even have the right perks on, like barriers, or champion perks. But here you go, melee, kills, invis, melee again. It's lovely, and just run a nade, just in case. Well, of course you can run your nades, but you're constantly invis, pretty tanky. All you really need, and you don't even need, I can't speak English. You don't even need your high mobility. On to our next is very expected, and it's Lucky Pants. Obviously not for every circumstance, but solo lost sectors, as you can see very soon, just get ripped apart by it. Here I am in a Legend Lost sector, just destroying some champions by getting my thing up. Oh, barriers are a bit annoying. Also, the Overload handcam mod no longer is broken, but Malfeasance, I haven't got the catalyst on this one, so it's not even doing that bonus. But it was doing great. I feel like if I had the catalyst, you'd be able to see the actual strength of it. But no matter what, it still just shreds. And there is other hand cannons that work quite well with. But obviously, Malfeasance is the one everyone goes with. Finally, Star Eater Scales. What else are you going to use for your DPS unless it's an odd occasion like Shards of Gadnot on Atheon? Star Eaters can just allow for some insane DPS to come out. I didn't really get the best footage of this, I will admit. But it can shred champions. Not really what you're going to be using it for. This only had one Feast of Light, was not the best. I'm unsure what it can stack to fully. I don't really play Hunter that much, but here you are with 4 Feast of Light, get consumed, and you'll just watch the health on this. Very, like, this boss has a huge DPS, not DPS, huge health pool, and it gets melted. Warlocks, we're starting with Briarbines, new exotic. I'm loving using it. This was going to be Ozyromancy gloves, but I decided to go with this just as a Void build is so strong currently. If we get a season where Stasis gets a buff, then it's going to be replaced by Ozyromancy. But being able to pick up Void Souls is insane. Plus, with the right build, you can just have multiple of them going around at once, and that allows for some insane levels of weakening. I realize I keep saying insane, but it really is. I cannot stress my love for this currently. I mean, I only just recently got them, but I have not taken them off my Warlock since. And they look amazing with this season's armor. That may just be an extra little bonus for us all. As you can see here, just being able to weaken stuff consistently. Plus with a Vortex Grenade, you can suck it all in, just keep throwing them around. Here's me with a second one up already. If you run, I found like if you run Graviton Lance, it's great. They keep seeking, you get a long duration on them, and with the right build you can keep them up at all times. Now, Vesper of Radius, if you've been watching Datto last season, you'd see that this got a buff, and the buff is insane. He was running in GMs, I wasn't doing a GM when I got the footage, but you can just play so aggressive with your Rift. Obviously you want to run healing with it, but it's surprisingly a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought he was doing some wacky build for it. No, just Cold Heart and Vesper. Surprisingly good damage from it. You're pretty safe because of healing. If you have someone on a hold, like someone with you, maybe running healing grenade to save you. Then last, of course, Sunbracers. What would you expect? It's Warlock, and they are now the strongest. Since the Starfire protocol nerf, these have really like shone at being strong. And obviously, Sunshot is really strongly compared with them, just with that extra solar connection. Basically, I can't think of the word. They are a bit odd to get used to, but oh my god, do they output some damage when you put on Lava Plume with them. You use them in any activity and you will not find problems. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and sub. Peace.